Hey guys. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm gonna test. Testing. Wait a minute. So we're live now. So what's going on here? Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. It'll give you a chance to get in here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Testing, testing. Okay, now that sounds better. Now, if you hear any chart, please make sure you interrupt in the live and speak up. Don't be in here listening to some shortage type of sound. We don't need that going on. That drove me crazy not last night's live, but the last live we did on October 10th. That drove me crazy. So how's everybody doing today? I want to go over a whole bunch of stuff. You know how I get in my feelings. I officially broke my I officially broke my headset, and I don't like wearing them anyways. But we're gonna have to work with my mic, this is a mic that's new. It shouldn't even have a shortage in it, but I want to make sure y'all hear me. Now, earlier today, I saw that Alvo was advertising that he would be back on YouTube. He sent it over to TikTok. So, like I always tell you guys, whether you want to believe it or not, you can see it for yourself, what's going to pop off, in this whole situation with him. This was all calculated, bottom line. Let me do another test. Okay, that sounds good. All right. So let me reposition myself while I wait for people. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So let me go down the list. Hey, Soul Food. Hey, Toya. Hey, Toby. So again, like I said, he is now promoting that he's back on YouTube, and I find that to be funny. A lot of this that happened in less than 48 hours obviously is calculated. Shamar is going along with it. But this is what being desperate looks like. It looks like Alvo. You know what I'm saying? He's once again taking advantage of Shamar. Hey, Miss Peggy. He's taking advantage of Shamar. Shamar was transparent. He did, in fact, say that he would take Alvo back, and he took her back. So I'm not upset with that. I'm just concerned about Shamar crashing out. He was doing so good. And when you have a tag along, like Alvo has always been to Shamar in his life, that can be something to be concerned about. And I'm quite sure Shamar's, manager is worried about, Shamar crashing out. Also, what's her name? Fenty. But, Shamar made this decision. So, we just have to, sit back and watch, and hopefully, something good comes out of it. So Shamar was doing good, but why accept Alvo back in his life? I know it, but my point only over here simply is to remind you guys that prior to Alvo getting out, Shamar was honest, and he said he would in fact take Alvo back. So, Shamar didn't do anything wrong. Shamar is doing exactly what he said he would do. But Alvo was the one that claimed he was never going back to Shamar. Too much stuff happened. But Alvo lied about a lot of stuff, because I don't understand why no one's questioning him. Where's your apartment? Why do you have to live with Shamar? Where's the furniture in your apartment? Why do you have to live with Shamar? Where is the money that supporters gave you to pay your rent, while you were locked up, so that you would have a home to come to? What happened to that money? To me, those are the most important things to be concerned about, is how badly he lies to people, and how he's going to continue to lie, and people are going to continue to support. And this situation is not going to get better. He got out of jail. He probably felt like, it didn't go as planned. And I feel as though he had no other choice but to go back to Shamar to revive him. In that short period of time, I really think that he felt like maybe people wasn't, that interested anymore into his content and what he had to say, which is usually begging. Alvin Shamar should be and think. Toby said thing 1 and thing 2 on Halloween. No, you didn't. Make sure y'all hitting the like button on the way in here. I want to put my fan on, but I'm thinking that if I put the fan on and I don't have my headsets on, that it might pick up sound. I don't know. I don't think it would, but I wish Shamar all the luck since he took Alvo back in. And so I was wondering too, what happened to Alvo's apartment. Yeah, everybody's questioning it, even his supporters. And I want as much as I can remember, I want to give a shout out to Alvo supporters, because I know that they have this false, thought of me through Alvo and what he says to his supporters, that I don't like Alvo, so I don't like them either. No, I'm just a very protected. I'm a protector, and when I see a black man taking advantage of um a bunch of black women, it gets under my skin. So I just pretty much spoke up about it, and that was that. Hey, Antonio, back to Shamar Alvo drama. Yeah, I pick and choose. I could have been reporting on Alvo updates, because there were a few updates, the little 30 plus days he was gone. But I just spoke on him, when he got out, and then when he um got out afterwards, he was a non-factor again. He was a non-factor. But now he's doing, Alvo activities again. So, SL Davis is gonna be doing some SL Davis activities, and that's calling him out because he's a liar and he can't be trusted, and I'm tired of him stealing from the public. It makes us all look bad. I've been said this a long time ago. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You have to understand when you're in a sector and, what we have in common is the same content, that we're doing amongst each other, and the audience is primarily the same, whether the audience likes you or loves you or hates you or whatever you want to call it. It's like the crabs in the barrel mentality. You got to sometimes set the bar so that people don't think, well, he's out here doing this, so she must be out here doing this too. Because that could be farther from the truth. I don't like the begging, the lying, the disrespect that continues to happen in the community. And I speak on it. Alvo's back. You got to be careful with him because right now he's thirsty and he's gonna take you for all it's worth. Look at what he's doing to Shamar. It says nothing much. Okay, I'm gonna have to read. Let me put this light on because I can't see it. It said Alvo lied about. And Antonio, I saw that message you had left a while back ago saying one thing he didn't lie about was, I guess, what he had to turn himself in for. And it's like, I don't give people credit for telling the truth about their own life experiences. You either want to keep your business to yourself or just flat out just don't tell anybody. But I think it just goes to show you give somebody else power when you got to go out your way to be a liar. Is just how I look at it. Hello, Australia. Hey, Deirdre. Yep, he's always being manipulative. Yep, there's always a motive, and it's really sad. You know what I'm saying? I know it probably took his management team, Shamar's management team, by surprise when they found out that Alvo was back in the picture. But I think that Alvo doesn't really know quite yet how to play his cards because, like I said, he has a new management, Shamar does, and they're probably going to be very overprotective of their assets because everybody loses if Alvo gets into Shamar's head. Shamar crashes out and then doesn't want to have this guy manager no more, this guy booking his, bookings. If he allows Alvo to get into his head again, it can be dangerous for Shamar. It really can. Right now, Alvo's running his mouth. Yeah, big time, big time, big time. But see, I really wish that some of his supporters would honestly step up. We wouldn't disrespect them in here, and just tell us what they, have endured. His fathers with all the scamming and scheming and the lying that he's done. And I can only imagine on the back end what we don't see that he's doing to people, because right now Alvo is struggling. He just got out of jail. He lost everything. His apartment, the furniture in his apartment is probably all his clothes. He has nothing to lose at this point, and it's really sad. Tommythegossip, get your butt up here, because ain't nobody blaming you for nothing. But I am gonna blame you for always giving this dude credit. Give him credit for what? And then he turns around all the time, Alvo does, and he badmouths you. I'm gonna send you a link now. Hold on. No cussing. I know you know, but I just remind you. I'm gonna give you the link. I knew Tommy was gonna see it. Yeah, so we talked about it yesterday, and like I said, this is on Tommy with this crap with Alvo, because he's got to stop giving Alvo credit. Because this time, Tommythegossip up on his platform giving Alvo credit for what? He'll give Alvo credit before he gives Shamar, and I don't like that. Hold on.
Oh
Yes,
Lord,
yes.
what did I
No,
do?
you didn't do nothing. But see, I just don't like the fact that you will give Alvo credit before you'll give Shamar.
I, I,
And
I
you've
feel
got
like
to
I
stop
do. I
doing
give
that.
Shamar credit, but I feel like with Shamar is that Shamar Shamar got everything. So it's like I be really trying to help other people grow, and Shamar got all the things he need. Like, you know what I'm saying? So how much credit can we give to a person who already got who doing good? Like I
I
gave him
get it.
credit.
But it's like you try to give credit to Alvo and he stabs you in the back.
Yeah,
He does it all the time.
he do, but I don't think I gave him credit for the last 2 days.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what's going on right now. It's like you can't even really be mad, because a lot of times, for the most part, you're giving this dude credit. And as
Yeah,
soon as he wants to get in his feelings, he drags your name.
yeah. And that's how I
Oh,
be. And you know what? Me being Tommy the Gossip, I already know that it gonna come with that. I
yeah,
already know he's going to drag me regardless if I do him give him credit or not. All I do is do my job and get these bitches. Get these people
yeah.
something to talk about. You know,
That's true. And that's what I do too. They don't understand the process, but it's a job.
it's a
At the
job.
end of the
So
day, that's it.
when I come in
Nothing
being
personal.
nice, I know he gonna flip it and talk about me. So guess what? It made me get started even more. So I play the game to a certain extent to like who to play with and who like, And with him, he ain't got nothing for real. So he's a lost cause. So he's like
Yep,
in my playground.
right. But you know what? See, he's a good example of how to treat people,
Yeah,
because you never know when you'll need them.
yeah.
Because see, he dogged Shamar out. Now he's back there.
Because he need them. And so
He needs
at,
them.
at the end
Exactly.
of the day, what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna make this my story this time around. I know I did it in the beginning, but it's really tired and dried out because at this point they you could tell that they only doing it for attention and for people
Yeah.
to speak on it. And if I don't speak on it, then it might not get a lot of attention like they wanted it to get. So
But let
me
me
being a
say this to
person,
you. Let's
go
be
ahead.
honest. You know that was a setup when Shamar just happened to come into the room and said something in the background.
Oh, I knew it
Yeah,
was set up.
that because see, when Alvo got out, he thought he was gonna be popping, and it wasn't like that. So he went
But
over
you
to
but you know
TikTok.
what's so crazy though?
Uh-huh.
And I will show it later tonight when I do my little live with my people. Um,
Yeah.
right before Eva went to Shamar's house, he was texting my homeboy who beat up Messy Dog, asking him can he come spend the night with him and chill with him.
Shamar?
No, it's this other boy, who beat up
Oh,
Messy
you
Dog.
wait a minute, Maj?
No, it's another boy. His name is
Oh,
King.
because he was trying to contact Maj too, and Maj
Yeah, he
just
was he was trying to reach out to my homeboy named King, asking my
oh,
homeboy King can he come spend the night with him. The same boy who Shamar was posted up with that's supposed to be a Thai man, remember?
Oh, I know who you talking about now. I know who you talking about now. Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
he sent me the screenshots and everything when Alvo was just in his DM before he got to Shamar house.
And it's not a surprise because even Messy Marge put him out there. Before we even knew of him, so called still cool with Shamar
And
and in contact with him,
can I
he was
please
trying
say
to get in
something?
contact with Messy Marge.
Can I please
Huh?
say something? Can I please
Yeah,
say
go ahead.
something? I just want to let everybody know that y'all gotta stop saying that people are scared of me. Just because people mess with me, and people, you know what I'm saying, tends to enjoy my company, that
Tommy,
doesn't
you know
mean they
I ain't
scared of
scared of
me.
you. You know I'm not scared of you at all.
Cause guess what? Cause if I'm doing something bad, she's going to speak
Oh
about it.
yeah, no question.
So
You
let's stop
shouldn't
doing the
even have to explain that. That
right. Let's
you know what
stop
I'm saying.
doing
Some
that.
things don't even need to be said.
Cause that's crazy. I don't like how they
It's
be
so
treating y'all.
sad that you can always talk positive about somebody in a black community and they dislike you thinking that you're scared of them or you're
Hmm.
clout chasing. Why can't we just get along?
Right. I didn't do nothing
It's
to her.
it's,
Even
it's
even when
just
she was
it's
talking
just
about me, I
a
always told
job.
SL she did a good job. I never like she talked about me too. She had to do her content. She had to post stuff. So if I did something bad,
Mhm.
she's going to post it. That doesn't mean that she's kissing my behind because
Exactly.
she like what I do. She always told y'all. I think Tommy the Gossip is entertained, but if he do
He's
something wrong, I'm
funny.
going to
He's
post it.
funny. He's funny, you know what I'm saying? And I don't understand. And when people still come back to the table and say, "Well, why do you like him so much?" It's for the same reason I said it 6 months ago, and the same reason I'm going to say it 6 months from today. It's gonna be the same. So it's like they're waiting for me to have a fallout with you. Listen, my son is 33 years old. I'm not having a fallout with Tommy the Gossip. I'm too grown for that. Okay.
Like that's crazy. We all grown. At the end of the day, she's doing her
That to me
job.
is some slow ski. You got to be slow at my age to have a fallout with you, and you're old enough to be my son. Picture that. You're old enough to be my child.
Hold on, SL. I'll be right back.
Hmm. Yeah, he's old enough to be my child. I'm not having no fallout with Tommy. If Tommy, did something I didn't like later on down the line, you wouldn't know about it. Maybe I would stop mentioning him, but I would never, get messy with it. Unless I had something to say. Yep, I sure would monetize my channel and speak my piece and keep it moving. But yeah, scared of anybody? Never that. Never that. My son's 33 years old. I think Tommy is 27, 28. I don't know, but he's a kid to me. And so, um, and people that know me, like, from my sector, my mods, they should know I'm definitely not scared of no Tommy at all. And I'm not scared of Shamar either, because I show Shamar respect too. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about people saying he's slow, and you know what I'm saying? We all slow in our own way. You know what I'm saying? Right now he's definitely slow. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Let me see where them likes are at. But I tell the truth, honey, and shame the devil. That's what I do over here. For real. That's what SL Davis does over here. I don't know about nowhere else. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. But I really wish that some of Alvo's supporters would reach out to me and have a genuine one-on-one, or even come onto the platform and just express how they feel. Because some people might think that, oh, SL Davis might attack me because I used to be, Alvo supporter, or I'm still an Alvo supporter and she doesn't like Alvo. No, I would never do that. Never. I'm just not that kind of a person. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. But again, I don't care. I feel like, you know, Tommy is his fault to a certain extent. the way him and Alvo are back fighting because the dude is a snake in the grass. And 1 minute you're giving him credit, then the next minute he's calling you Gary Coleman, and he's disrespecting you, calling you all kind of funky comedinas, and making it seem like you're nasty and all you do is lay in the bed. Which, if that's all Tommy does do, that's his business. That's his business. We all have that kind of job where we can lay up. Why can't he choose for where he feels comfortable be his bed? A lot of people wish their office could be in their bed. A lot of people can't tell you that they log into their laptop from their bed. But this kind of job, if you're comfortable working in that position, you can do it. You're on your own time. You're your own boss. And people need to, stop hating and pocket watching and look at this as just entertainment. When you log off, life goes on. But people don't. And it's really sad. I'm just really concerned, like I'm gonna continue to say about Shamar. He just was doing so good. Can we get a Y up into the chat for that or some hearts or something? If you agree, he looked clean. His haircut was nice and kept up. You know what I'm saying? He just was doing so good, man. Hey, Toy. I'm sorry, I said Toby. And I don't know. I don't see nothing good coming. Hey, Kay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Hey, Denise. Yeah, it's just really sad. Bonded is in the building. Yeah, it's just really sad, but Alvo needs to get himself together. Yeah, he's a walking time bomb, and I can definitely see that walking time bomb going off real soon, and he's gonna definitely rock Shamar to sleep. And every time I tell you guys something, it happens. So I hope it doesn't, but I don't know. It just seems like ever since they were in that first relationship together, even when it seemed like Shamar tried to, do the right thing and take the focus off of that toxic relationship with Alvo, it never ever panned it out well for Shamar. And I feel like Shamar's still human at the end of the day, just like you and me. And we can always um let our relationships get the best of us because we love hard. And I think that Shamar does not want to be alone. So he puts up with a lot of stuff that he doesn't have to put up with. And I think that Alvo's playing on it. And it's a real sad, messed up situation. You know what I'm saying? And also, I feel bad for his supporters, Alvo's supporters, because he's migrating back over to YouTube to do content because now he got content now because he's gonna fight with Tommythegossip. But you chose TikTok, where none of your supporters go over to TikTok. Primarily this is for everybody. Usually, if your followers are on YouTube, that's where they stay. They might migrate to maybe Instagram, but TikTok and Big Go and all these other apps that you bounce around, a lot of times they'll wait for you on the app that they support you on. He chose to go to TikTok because he can get paid weekly. And the audience over there is not the same audience that, give him cash apps and super chats and all that other stuff. That's over here on YouTube. And these are also the people who, when you were in jail, held you down. And you did a master plan a day and a half ago and inserted Shamar without inserting Shamar into the equation, and now this is how you're making your way back over here. I don't think that people should just welcome him over here like that. I'm sorry. Yup, clipped. You said Alvo's done it again. But I wouldn't look at what he did like he's a genius. Come on now, that's Shamar. You know what I'm saying? If you're a nice looking dude and you come across the Shamar like you're attracted to him, he gonna be with it. He got a life to live too. He got wants and needs too. He gonna do his 1 2 1 2. It says to go to the bathhouse. Toby, exactly. Once he gets that feeling to go to that bathhouse, it's like you got to go. But you already know right now he probably ain't getting that feeling because Alvo probably already gave him what he was looking for. That'll hold him over. That's gonna hold Shamar over for a hot little second. I believe so. I really do. Hi. Gayleen's in the building. Make sure y'all are hitting that like button now. Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna go live. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but I said let me get my butt up here and go do my little hour. I said I'm gonna go live because I wanted to get on. I wanted to really vent about Tommythegossip and what I don't like about him with the trying to give Alvo credit, and then the next second later Alvo's dragging his name, and then he finds out the next second he could be on a live Tommythegossip, and next thing you know he's getting dragged. He's giving Alvo more credit than Shamar. Shamar's the one that paved the way for everybody, and I don't like that. So that's why in a way when Tommy got upset and got in his feelings, it was like, it's your fault. Stop giving this dude the benefit of the doubt because he don't do that for you. He stopped liking you for sure, when you told him how much you made a month. You don't never tell no ninja how much money you make up on no social media platform. They're instantly gonna be your enemy, honey. Let's not forget about Shamar and Larry, how he is back with Alvo. You wait a minute. You said let's not forget about Shamar and Larry. Now he's back with Alvo. No, everybody knows Alvo's back with Shamar. But what you mean about Larry? Fill me in on this. Is this a three-way going on? I'm glad you did. We missed you. Thank you, Australia. Yeah, I was getting burned out. And I be up here. See, my content is not really live streaming. I like to do, pre-recorded video premieres, and that's honestly real work because you got to edit those videos, and do all kind of stuff to it and then schedule it to go out. And it's almost like a premiere. I mean, it's almost like a live stream. It goes out live and you guys can interact in the chat, but you got to put in work in them videos. Live stream's easy. You can slap up a thumbnail, no title, and go live. You don't really have to put no effort into it. But it doesn't make any sense to go live and you ain't going to be on live for at least an hour. And sometimes I feel like I might not have nothing to say for no whole hour. And I don't be having the people up on my panel because I have to be careful about the cursing. And we're all adults. I get it. But YouTube is a funny place. So that's why I try to talk the whole hour. But sometimes we don't make it to an hour, honey. Because I mean, I be running out of stuff to talk about. Once I talk about these ninjas and say what I got to say about them, it ain't no need to keep going on in circles about the same thing. Say it and keep it moving. Yeah, I can't sit on no live for no 2-3 hours. Now, once in a great while, now I can, if I can't sleep, I can get on a live and run with y'all for a good hour until I get tired on a live. I can do that. But even then, it's only going to be maybe a good hour, hour and a half. But yeah, the live streams are back. But yeah, I have my little spurts where I check out. But thank you so much, Australia, that you missed me. Thank you. It means a lot. Remember, Larry was with Shamar briefly. Shamar caught that lip from Larry. Yeah. But I'm saying, are you saying that Shamar's messing back with Larry now? Let me read up. Yeah. I hope Alvo's not kissing Shamar in his mouth. You, Toby, you already know Alvo is kissing in the mouth. Okay, I hope he needs the wig off. Shamar looks without wig, no shade. Yeah, I agree too, Toy. Kayla was about going to the schools. Yeah, it is clipped. I don't see nothing good coming out of this at all. I really don't. And so that's the messed up thing about Alvo knows Shamar's weakness. He knows Shamar is vulnerable for love in Alvo's dirty behind. Yep. Taking advantage of it. And see, that's why when a lot of people were saying, well, his manager should speak up, he's got to have by law something in writing through the courts that he has the right to terminate that relationship, and he does not have any custody, guardianship, or anything, you know, you know, to Shamar. So there's nothing he can do. Shamar's on his own with this. He's gonna have to ride the wave out and see where it goes. I'm quite sure, like always, Alvo has a plan B, and plan B, which would be smart, is he's probably gonna save for an apartment and get back on his feet while he's utilizing staying with Shamar, and then we'll definitely see the 100% piece of ish that Alvo is, because then he'll start giving Shamar his butt to kiss again because he won't need him anymore. It's a pattern of behavior. Oh, clipped. Okay, I see what you're saying. They are all nasty, and Alva probably don't even care. Of course he does. He was doing the do with him the first time. He didn't want Shamar discussing it, but you know how Shamar be saying blatantly anything out of his mouth. Yeah, Shamar wasn't keeping it no secret. If it was up to Alvo, he would have kept that on the hush hush. But yeah, he wouldn't even have been with Shamar that long if he wasn't giving him no nook nook. The last time Alvo came and conquered in love. Yeah. But see, that's why I'm concerned about Shamar, because when I had asked him the day he came into the live, would he take Alvo back? That was just a human curious question. And then prior to Alvo getting out, and then even prior to Alvo going to jail, some of the situations I was seeing Shamar putting himself in, I had said a couple of times, man, I'd rather see him with Alvo, than to be with these jokers. But sometimes we gotta be careful what we wish for. Replaying, I have some catching up to do. Thank you, one beautiful. One beautiful. You are too funny. She said, yuck. Al was playing Shamar and since Shamar is in Shamar. Yep. He was making, I told y'all yesterday when I just got on live, he was making tacos for them to eat. And I had told you guys that he had put the video up on TikTok because he had a couple of, I guess he was recording from TikTok, so the angle looked different from the video on YouTube. And you know, I know he obviously was in my bushes, and he took the video down because I copied and pasted the link. And early this morning when I got up, I went to go look for it so I could edit it and do some commentary to it. And that idiot took it down. So he was definitely, Alvo was definitely in my bushes and was hearing what I was saying and took the video down. Dude's an idiot. But I can already predict what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Alvo's going to definitely do some conquering and dividing. He ain't going to like Tommythegossip and Shamar being cool. I really feel like as soon as we found out for sure that he was back with Alvo, that friendship or the the mending of a friendship was out the door again. You feel what I'm saying? Watch it. Post about USLD. Who are you talking about, Toby? Who's they? And I don't mind them doing a post about me because I'm always promoting them. See, people don't understand when I talk about, or any of us that are commentators talk about any of these entities, Alvo, Tommythegossip, Shamar, that promotes them, whether it's good or bad. What we're saying, there's gonna be a human that has human instincts that are gonna say, "Well, how can I find that page? Who is this person?" And they're gonna either like what they see or be intrigued at what they see or not. But it's free promotion. This is something otherwise for somebody like a Alvo or Shamar, well not Shamar, but Alvo or somebody, or Tommythegossip, they would have to pay for. This is free promotion. So why would anybody get mad, good or bad, if somebody's saying something about them? Yep, he's seeking to destroy it. You're right, Kay. Alvo about to start stealing from Shamar. Yeah. Because what you guys got to understand, Shamar hasn't learned how to count in 40 days that Alvo's been in jail. So it wasn't like Shamar went to like GED school and went to a math class and learned how to count his money. So if there's money to be counted, or better yet, say Shamar says, I'm not going to ask Alvo to count my money. I'm just going to keep my money put up somewhere. When Shamar, smoke his little ooh-wee, his weed, drink a little drink, doing this little party thing, he going to be skimming off the top. Because Shamar can't count. Period. This is Alvo and Shamar, of course, SL Davis. Alvo about to do Shamar worse than the first. Right. He definitely is, because this time around, he learned from the mistakes he made the last time. So Alvo ain't gonna. I'm gonna tell you right now, Alvo ain't gonna make the same mistakes this next time around. He gonna get Shamar. He gonna get him good. Mark my word. I always say, whether you like me or you like me or you hate me, you can always say, every time she say something, it happens. Every time I say something, it happens. And I don't be saying stuff because I'm wishing for it to happen. I'm saying it because I've been your age. You ain't never been mine. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the fact. We're going to know when Alvo, he will be in. Yup, he'll be in expensive Airbnbs. He'll be drinking Don Julio. He'll be in the Airbnb cussing Shamar out because they're arguing, and he'll skim off the top of Shamar's money and go be in the Airbnb and be trick or treating with another dude right up in that Airbnb. You mark my words. Yeah. There's no way Alvo went to jail and came out and he's a changed man. There's no way. I'm sorry to let you know, but there's no way. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. I know it's a difficult task for some of you, but make sure you hit it. If you don't mind, I don't beg you guys for super chats and what is it, Cash App. I don't do none of that. I just ask you to hit the like or the dislike button. That's it. And you barely do that, but for the ones that do it, I appreciate you. That also lets me know that you are just not no hater. You're a congratulator. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yeah, but we just all we can do is keep Shamar in our prayers, you know. And like, what do they always say, guys? God looks out for baby and fools. So you know, he's God's looking out for Shamar. Shamar ain't gonna, go through nothing he can't handle. You feel me, Toby? So God is not gonna put Shamar through anything. That Thank you, Australia. Thank you to everyone that hit the like button. And also people who hit the dislike button. You know? But yeah, we're back doing our lives and everything. I just want to definitely check in and let you guys know to keep Shaman your prayers, because it's definitely going to be a big crash out. I hate to say it. And it's real sad, it's a real sad, messed up situation, man. The dude was doing so good, man. And it's so weird because I gotta be honest with you. He was doing so good, it was just too good to be true. And now that this happened to him, Alvo popping back up into his life, I just said, man, that dude, that Shimano can't catch a break, man. But at the same time, you can't blame just Alvo, because Shamar, is his own keeper, and Shamar is the one that ultimately opened the door and let him in, and that's why he's there. So we can't make it look like it was a forced entry, and Alvo had him at pum point, and I told him if he didn't open the door, he was gonna knock it down. He was a willing participant. And now he's in a situation where Alvo is not financially stable, and he's gonna be at Shamar's house, and he's gonna leech off of Shamar. And I'm quite sure Shamar gets food stamps and stuff like that. And they got that government shutdown. I don't even know how Shamar's gonna, take care of himself if father's with the food, let alone taking care of himself and a grown man. Because I'm quite sure that Alvo could have been getting food stamps too. You just never know with him, because he acts like when he's talking to you, he's being transparent, and he doesn't care that he's telling you this and that because we're his supporters, but it's all about the almighty dollar that he's really trying to get out of you. He's not really telling you everything. And he doesn't have to be honest with you. But he's definitely, when this little that he does tell you, it's still not the truth. Yep. I know you are, Toby. It's still not the truth. But like I said, trust and believe, Alvo is gonna be back on YouTube like he never left. Give him a couple of days. He does this all the time. Even when times when he wasn't in jail and he was calling himself walking away from social media, he surely, it was slow, but like not real slow, but he wouldn't even stay gone not even a week before he was back up into some mess. And then put a Y in the chat. Don't say the person's name. I don't know whether or not this channel holder was lying on Alvo or not, going to see him in jail or went to see him in jail one time or not. But one thing I will admit to, giving that channel holder credit, when Alvo was locked up, she probably did more update videos keeping him relevant than any other content creator. We all started gravitating towards Kaylee. And I'm definitely staying on the Kaylee content. Kaylee's another piece of entertainment. You know, you heard the word entertainment, and that's how y'all should be looking at this. Because some people take this far too personal. You know, people don't even know me in real life. I'm a nice person. You know what I'm saying? And I try to be transparent and respectful and responsible when giving y'all the content. I really try to give you what's coming out of the horse's mouth, because I'm not there in the flesh. But at the same time, we know what comes out these horses' mouths. We know they're compulsive liars as well. So we can only take it with a grain of salt. But we got to look at this as entertainment and stop always forming these alliances against each other. There's no reason for it, man. And we're the only race that does this, and it's sad. It really is. But I'm glad that Tommy came up and said out of his own mouth, basically, I'm not scared of him, because Tommythegossip knows I ain't scared of him. So I'm glad he came up and cleaned that up. I really respect him for just bringing that up, because I didn't have it on my mind for today to talk about that. But yeah, people seem to think I'm scared of Tommythegossip. I have a son that's 33 years old, boo. Okay, I'm a grown woman with a grown child older than Tommythegossip. Tommythegossip is a child to me. My son has got years on him. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's make it make sense. People just be saying anything just to be saying anything. Shamar's skin was clear, face glowing, changing clothes. Yep, looking real good. Well, you know how that it says yes, so I love me some Kylie. Me too. I love looking at Kylie. Kylie, he ain't as, everybody got issues, man. Everybody, it's just that Kylie and all the rest that put their business out here on social media, they're just bold enough to share it. I'm not bold enough to put my business out there. But I'll be the first one to tell you that, like, as I do commentary on people, I'll be the first one to tell you, I got family members messed up in the game. I had a past, and I should be able to share little things with you, because this is what I do for a living. I'm not obligated to get up here and tell you my whole life story, though, and I wouldn't, because I already see the aftermath of people who do it. When you put people in your business, they stay in your business. That's an old saying. My mother always used to say that to me. Yeah, but we back up here with flying colors, baby. And like I said, I'm human, so once in a while I will take little breaks. Probably won't be as long as they have been. I'm kind of trying to cut back. Well, I've been doing good, because I didn't go live for 17 days. Last time I went live was October 10th. And I went live yesterday and today. But I still was putting up content. I was putting up shorts and premiere videos. Usually when I take a break from the whole social media. But I didn't do that. So I didn't take it too far with it. But yeah, I do honestly miss talking with you guys. I do. I do. So, it's just so weird because, a lot of people may have thought that because they hadn't seen me the whole month pretty much, you only see me maybe a couple of times at the beginning of October in a live stream. You guys probably figure, oh, she probably won't be going live no time soon. But nah, it was always heavy on my heart that I had to get back up on these lives with you guys. It always felt like a missing piece of my day. Even when I was doing my premiere videos for you guys, I still was like missing the personal conversations that we have on these chats. It says, but Kylie needs to be very careful. He be playing dangerous games. That's the only thing about him. He needs to watch us around. Right. And he needs to stop because he's one of a lot of men that are transgender who are not honest with men, if you get what I'm saying. And be having men thinking that they're women and then something happens. Not trying to get too in, graphic detail about it. But YouTube is getting kind of strict. Ones up here that be cussing and carrying on and not holding nothing back. YouTube ain't even messing with them channels. You get a channel like me, I might lay my head down sometime and get a little bit too comfortable and have a real loose conversation up here on one of my chats or my videos, and then I get penalized for it. So I try to tread lightly. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need that to be my current situation. But y'all get it, what I'm saying. We grown. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Welcome. Welcome to everyone who just is joining the live. Also, I know my replay gang is in here. People who are just now coming into the live, they will watch it and stuff. But yeah, Kylie's definitely on the portfolio going forward. He will definitely. I'm not just because Alvo is creeping back into this sector. I'm not. We're still gonna have Kylie on the roster. He's on my list. Kylie, the Black Dino, but with the Black Dino, I'm gonna put him up, but you can barely understand what he's saying half the time. You got to be real careful when you're editing his stuff. He's like another Starlin, very trash mouth, like, and doing provocative things with gyrating. Let's just say gyrating with his body, and he's kind of up and down. So you got to be careful with people like that you do content with, on. But Kylie's definitely staying on the roster. Shamar and Alvo, Tommythegossip, and there's what's her name? There's another one, Monroe, the one that Tommythegossip just did an interview with. I've been watching out for her too. She's a trip. And sometimes Starlin, you'll be sometimes getting content from, and I'm bringing back Christian Rock content because Blueface is about to get out, and that content's about to stop blowing. Y'all gonna want me to do content on Blueface and Christian Rock because Blueface. I don't care what nobody say. Before Blueface went to jail, you think Shamar and Alvo or Shamar, whatever or whoever he's dealing with, he be having the internet popping, or Kylie? Nah, that ain't nothing compared to when Blueface was on the set. I miss Blueface. I can't wait till he get out of jail. That boy be doing anything, getting up on, especially towards Christian Rock triggering her. This her own family up here triggering her, got her going cuckoo, bat ish crazy. So you can only imagine how it's gonna be when Blueface get out. So yep. If y'all look at my playlist, hold on, matter of fact. Let me show y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold on, babies. Let me pull it up first. Well, anyways, Look at my Christian rock playlist. Let me see. Matter of fact, but just before I leave, because this is towards the end of the live anyway. But yeah, let me see. Playlist. Krishan. Hold on, guys. I got about 700 Christian rock videos because I got 2 playlists. And I put I'm just looking at, I was just looking. And I was putting Christian rock in either one list that I made for her or the other. So yeah, if I ever went back to Christian rock content, and even in that sector, I told you that before. They 1 minute they love you, next minute they hate you. But you know, when you leave for a while, they miss you. So I know soon as and same thing with queenopp, but I think queenopp is a wrap. But like you know, Christian rock and Blueface, please, honey. I'm about to add. I'm trying to tell you because I'm trying to make it so y'all won't be bored, you know. But honey, let me tell you something. Y'all gonna have a nice little holiday with all this stuff about to pop off with Alvo and Shamar, Kaylee, and Lord know who else with him. Tommythegossip. You know, he's like the ringleader of the circus. You know, sprinkle a little Starlin in there on one of his what is it? Ned the Wino nights. Cussing out big man. I'm trying to tell you, I'm putting up anything that's gonna be entertaining and goofy. Kay and the Black Dino, cause she needs to be put out there, Kay. Cause if you really are messing with the Black Dino, aka Jigaboo, you are desperate, baby. And no wonder why you got 4 and 5 kids, probably 4 and 5 different baby daddy, because you lay up with anything and you get pregnant by him. That's a shame. Yes, Blueface is something else. Krishan needs an intervention. She's losing it. Yep, she is. I'm trying to tell you, I'm about to bring her back. Shame on Krishan. And see, that's why I had to get out that sector because, like over here, I tell the truth and shame the devil, like I did with Alvo. Always telling the truth and shaming the devil. And people don't like to hear the truth. And I did that a lot about Krishan. I was not a Krishan hate page. I told Krishan what she needed to hear. Yep, the YouTube streets about to be on. It's gonna be lit. Because Krishan looks like she's aged 20 years. She looks yep. And even the last boyfriend said that that she don't need to have that little boy. You know, that's probably the only thing I ain't never fix my mouth to say because I know that was a sensitive topic, but somebody said it for me. Because you're right, she needs an intervention. Well, listen, I'm gonna get off of here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We'll be back on here around the same time tomorrow, maybe between 3 and 4. I'm about to get off right now. I'm not even gonna wait to see if you guys will say no, do it earlier or later. If you want to put a time in the replay underneath the comment section of this video, giving me an idea, because I need to get some ideas. I think that 11 a.m. will be once in a great while. I'm trying to actually keep the 11 a.m. lives because I know that if I don't do morning lives, YouTube starts getting funny with my views. So I got to really pick a steady live streaming hour or hours that I can consistently do live streams because YouTube, I'm telling you, is all over the place. Kay is gonna have a dinosaur. Ooh, child, no, you didn't, Toby. And so it's what they need to hear, never what they wanted. Right, exactly. Beautiful. Exactly. I tell you what you need to hear, not what you wanna hear. May everyone's day be beautiful and blessed. Yours too, sweetie. All right, guys. I love y'all. And you know I miss you. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Also share the video if you don't mind, babies. And I'll be back, I promise. Unless God willing takes me home with him. I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll kick it. You know I always got something to fill you in on. Love y'all. Stay blessed and I'm out. Bye for now. Mwah.